Hey, and welcome to Witchcrafty. This week I wanted to delve into some more Among Us plushies to further customise your crewmates. This video covers half the pets in the game to the best of my ability for how tiny they are. The pattern is available for free for my DeviantArt. They're also available on my Pinterest now too. They all scale to a standard A4 piece of paper, so make sure you set it to that when you're printing it. Here's a list of everything you need to make the dog plushie. Pause here if you need to. The first thing you need to do is take both tail pieces and place them with the tracing showing and sew them together, leaving the small straight edge open. Once done, flip it upright. Take the bottom body piece and one of the body sides and align them together. Begin joining the sides around the legs, starting from the tip of the head nose. When you reach the back, join the other side of the body to the bottom body piece in the same way, stopping when you reach the nose. At the nose, take the small head gusset piece and join it where the body sides ends on both sides. Then join the top of the body sides together, joining the tail in when you reach the back so it points inwards. When you've almost reached the end, flip it upright and stuff it. Close off the remaining open end with an invisible stitch. Below the nose tip, we're going to do some thread sculpting and detailing. Using a double line thread, sew in a smile. Take both pink tongue pieces and sew them together with the tracing showing, leaving the small straight edge open. Then, flip it upright and use an invisible stitch to join it to the body where the smile is. On the nose tip, embroider in a little black nose. Take the black eye pupil and sew it onto the right side up of the eye back. After that, sew both tiny darts up on the eye. Pin this to the head and use an invisible stitch to join it on. Take 2 of the 4 ear pieces and sew them together, leaving the straight edge open. Once done, flip it upright and join it onto the side of the head with an invisible stitch. Repeat this with the remaining ear pieces. And that is how you make the dog plushie. Here's a list of everything you need to make the bed crab plushie. Pause here if you need to. The first thing you need to do is place the two circle pieces together with the tracing showing and begin sewing it together. When you've almost closed off the sewing line, leave enough space to flip and flip it upright and stuff it. Use an invisible stitch to close off the remaining open end. After that, take 2 of the 8 claws and place them with the tracing facing up and begin joining them together. When you've almost closed it off, flip it upright and close off the gap with an invisible stitch. Repeat this for the remaining 3 claws. Pin each claw so it's evenly spaced around the body and use an invisible stitch to join each one to each corner. And that is how you make the bed crab plushie. Here's a list of everything you need to make the brain slug pet. Pause here if you need to. The first thing you need to do is take the top body pieces and sew up the darts on each one. After that, take the little antenna pieces and place them together with the tracing showing and sew them together, leaving the bottom straight edge open. Once done, flip it upright. Place the 2 top body pieces together with the tracing showing and begin joining them together around the top curve side. When you reach the 2 darts, tuck in the antenna pieces so it points inwards and complete the rest of the stitch, leaving the straight edge open for now. Then, align the 4 curved pieces so they align with the bottom of the body and join each straight edge together. Once done, join the curved outer sides to the bottom of the body. Place the top body pieces in the middle of the bottom body pieces that you just joined and begin sewing them on in the inner circle. When you've almost reached the end, flip it upright and stuff it. Conceal the open end with an invisible stitch. Take the white eyepiece and sew up both small darts. Place the black pupil eyepiece in the centre of the white piece and use a running stitch to join it on. Pin this to the centre of the body piece and use an invisible stitch to join it onto the slug. And that is how you make a brain slug pet. Here's a list of everything you need to make the crewmate pet. Pause here if you need to. Take the body pieces and sew up both darts on each side. Place the two body pieces together with the tracing showing and join them around the top curved side, leaving the bottom edges open. After that, take the inner leg and one outer leg piece and join them together on the shorter straight edges. Repeat for the second two remaining leg pieces. Align the foot circles to each leg piece and join them on. Join each leg piece onto the body pieces so that the seam is centred on each leg hole and join them onto each side. Once done, use the remaining gap to flip the body upright and stuff it. Close off the remaining open edge with an invisible stitch. Take the visor piece and sew up each dart. Place the glint in the corner of the visor on the right side up and use a running stitch to join it on. Then pin the visor on with the seam tucked away and use an invisible stitch to sew it on. When you've almost reached the end, stuff it a little bit and then close off the remaining edge. Take the main oxygen tank pieces and the sides and join each side and corner until there's only the top side edges left. After that, begin joining the remaining tank pieces to the top of the side pieces. When you've nearly reached the end, flip it upright, stuff it and close off the remaining edge. Use an invisible stitch to join this to the back of the crewmate pet. And that is how you make a standing crewmate pet. Here's a list of everything you need to make the hamster. I'm going to show you how to do 2 different ways to do the ball as I couldn't decide which one looked better. Take the black eye backs and sew the small white glint onto each one. On the hamster body sides, join the eyes onto the lower slope of each piece on the fluffy side up. Take both tail pieces and sew them together with the tracing showing, leaving the straight edge open. Once done, flip it upright. Place both body pieces together with the tracing showing and begin joining them together around the top curve. When you reach a little above the back, tuck in the tail piece so it points inwards and sew it in. Flip this piece upright once done and use a double line black thread to sew in a small nose and mouth. Flip it back tracing side up and begin joining the bottom body piece. When you reach where each paw should be, tuck in each of the 4 back paw pieces. When you're almost at the end of the line, flip it upright and stuff it. Close off the open end with an invisible stitch. Take 2 of the 4 ear pieces and sew them together along the curve with the tracing up, leaving the straight edge open. Once done, flip it upright. Use an invisible stitch to join this to the top of the hamster head. Repeat with the remaining 2 pieces. For the first way to do the ball, take the transparent PVC plastic material and invisible thread and sew each of the 4 sphere pieces together until you've almost joined each side together. When you're almost at the end, leave just enough gap so that the hamster can fit and flip it upright. Tuck the hamster in the ball and use an invisible stitch to seal the gap. And that is how you make the first variant. For the second variant, I use a transparent ball and I use an X-Acto knife to remove the top piece on each side. Once removed, place the hamster in the ball and put the two pieces together. And that is how you make the hamster in 2 different ways. That's all 5 pets covered. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and comment down below on ideas you'd like to see me make next. And while you're at it, why don't you go check out my other videos? I upload new videos every single week. Thanks for watching, bye!